All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is. And right here, right now, we actually have a hip-hop pioneer straight out of Memphis, Tennessee, man. We have Kingpin, Skinny Pimp right here live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Man, I'm good, man. Bless, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta say, first and foremost, man, I have been a fan for a very long time, man. So thank you so much in advance for just giving us a little bit of your time this evening.
Thank you. You welcome, man.
But I gotta ask you, man, taking you back to the very beginning of your legendary career, man, like, what actually inspired you and sparked the legendary career of Kingpin Skinny Pimp?
What inspired me was just the love of music. You know what I mean? A lot of different artists from back in the days, from the '80s, and you know what I mean. They kind of inspired me, like different artists, local artists, and you know artists that was kind of out there, like DJ Zerg, people like that. You know what I'm saying? DJ Zerg, DJ Squeaky, Psycho, Homicide, them Memphis cats, and plus a lot of people from like New York, like Will Smith, them, and Fat Boy, Skinny Boy. I got a long list, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the older rappers from the '80s.
And also, as well, man, when you brought up DJ Squeaky a few moments ago, in the early 90s, you actually started making some serious waves alongside him and his camp. I was wondering, man, how did yourself and Squeaky initially meet and get connected? And of course, what was it like working with him so early on in your amazing career?
Oh man, well, it was very legendary because to me to get with DJ Squeaky and Zergnam, it was like already making it. Because I was listening to 8 Ball, MJG, Tropic Al Capone, and Homicide, all them guys, and Psycho now. So when I was listening to them, and Pretty Tony, all them guys there, so it just, oh, thanks again. But just listening to all those type of rappers from back in the day, that what made me just feel like I was already there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I'm here with these boys. They was like the dopest in the city, not just in the city, but around the whole mid South area. Because I always, you know what I'm saying, wanted to be a part of that group, you know, that team, especially like Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom was like one of my favorite groups. So it's like they had this Memphis style that ain't nobody had, and we were charging for them tapes. Like I would have paid myself $30 or $40 just to buy one of them tapes, because it was different.
Yeah, man. Back in the day, cassettes definitely weren't cheap. A lot of people think they were, because especially nowadays, man, if you go to like a thrift store, you can find like a tape for 25 cents. But those cassettes, man, were pretty damn pricey back in the day.
Shit, they pretty damn pricey right now. I'm like one of the biggest tape dealers from Memphis. Like I'm the one who come around and find all the collectors who got the tape, and then I sell it to the collectors. A lot of people not collectors, but they have the tape. So I go find the ones who got the tape, and I buy them from them at a certain price, maybe $100, $200 with them, and then I go sell them to other collectors for like maybe $5 to $1,000, $2,000, depends what it is.
And also, as well, man, from 1994 to 1996, you were actually a member of 666 Mafia. I was wondering, how did that opportunity arise? And of course, how did you actually become a member of the group now known as 36 Mafia?
Basically, a lot of people always say I was a member of 36 Mafia, but 36 Mafia, well, not all of 36 Mafia, but the beginning, the four founders, they was a member of my group. You know what I'm saying? See, the people don't understand worldwide that the spark between me and Squeaky, once all that stuff, when we had our little fallout, I went to DJ Paul because I met DJ Paul through Homicide. So me, Homicide, and DJ Paul, we started our little thing, which was the Backyard Posse, you know what I mean? And when Juicy come along, even though I don't know if it was Backyard Posse or whatever, it was me, Paul, and Homicide. So when Juicy came along, he came and joined our squad. You know what I'm saying? So I put together my little squad because it's like, hey, I'm the hottest artist out. You know what I'm saying? I was the hottest artist then. You know what I'm saying? First it was everybody else, then it was Skinny Pimp. And me, I was like the dopest MC. I ain't want too many who could step to my flow. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying? But I was a street nigga too, so it's like all the shit that started to spark in that street shit in Memphis came from my area. You know what I'm saying? Besides Gangsta Pac-Man, but I put a little different flavor to it. You know what I'm saying?
And I gotta say as well, man, I'm glad you actually cleared that up because I do know a lot of people do think that you were actually a member of 666 Mafia, man. So I'm glad that you actually said that and actually cleared that up for the listeners that initially thought you were.
Yeah, I was Give Me Some. We always was Give Me Some. But me and 3-6 Mafia and them, we was like, you might well say we was click clack because it's like if you listen to our old music, you'll hear where DJ Paul said, award to Give Me Some family. They 666 too. You see. God damn, man, my phone constantly fucking ringing. I know y'all niggas hear me going live. They constantly calling my damn phone. But anyway, for real. So, basically, we was Give Me Some family, but 3-6 Mafia and Give Me Some family was like a click set. We clicked up. You know what I'm saying? So Homicide had his part too. That's when I think Homicide brought Black and Fly into the game. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was kicking with Gangsta Black. Now he the one brought them to the table. You know what I mean? To me, that back in the day, that as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? I brought Carmike and 211 and Lil Jen and the rest of the crew. So we're getting down to the table. Paul had lower influence. That's when he started the 3-6 and Juicy and Paul. You know what I'm saying? So it was just me, Homicide, and Juicy and lower influence that time. So Paul started putting all his squad in, and I put all my squad in. So it's managed to Give Me Some family and 3-6 Mafia song. You know what I'm saying? 666 Mafia. So I always was Give Me Some. I just never was 3-6 until we started doing songs together, like Mixed Style. So that would make people say, oh, Skinton 3-6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? But it was really Skinton was Give Me Some that was with 3-6 Mafia. So hey, it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? If you say Skinton 3-6 Mafia back then, yeah, I would. But it was mostly Give Me Some. You feel me?
And also, sorry about that, Skinny. My apologies.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, most definitely, I do, yeah.
Yeah, I was Give Me Some, but I still was doing a lot of shit with 3-6, so we was all click-clack. So the whole Give Me Some family really was just like 3-6 Mafia. You know what I'm saying? But when everybody started taking off with their little deals and shit, they try to hide Give Me Some family. But the history of our music, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them mention Give Me Some family in none of their interviews. But guess what? All the time they mention Skinny Some man when they want to mention it in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Except when he probably gave a shout out. I seen a couple videos, he gave a shout out saying Skinny was the dopest artist and all that. But you know what I'm saying? Majority of the time they ain't saying Skinny Some name, you know what I'm saying, or Give Me Some family.
And I'm going to be honest with you, man. In my personal opinion, I think they should be saying your name, man, because at the end of the day, you're a pioneer, man. And I always said to myself that you deserve so much more credit than what you got, man, because you really put Memphis on the map, man. You're a pioneer of this Memphis hip hop shit.
Thank you. Yeah, and now it's like I had struggled through the underground and kept doing me and my team kept doing us, and now the music speaks for itself. Like the work we put in was so authentic that no matter what you do to try to block it, you couldn't stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like right today, our music, we got so much history together that you can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? So once all the young folks found out about it, now look at all the young people on my music, 15 years old to 20-some years old, 23, 15 to 24, sampling me. I'm the biggest guy getting sampled right now in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm over 200 million streams.
I actually saw that. I believe recently as well. Rolling Stone actually did an article on you as well, man. I gotta say, you know what I mean? It's not every day, you know, someone gets sampled that much, man. I gotta say, it's definitely monumental, man. The internet does wonderful things, but it's also a curse at the same time. But in this case, it's definitely a wonderful thing.
Yeah, man. Speaking of Rolling Stones, I gotta give a shout out to the writer that wrote my article in Rolling Stone. He was a real humble person, and he you know what I mean. His name Elias Light. I think that's his name. But most definitely, I want to shout out him and shout out to Ari and Tyler. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, you know, they made some major moves for me this year. You know what I mean? They the first one to put some real history together. I ain't gonna say what it is, but they put some real history together that nobody else could really make happen. You know what I'm saying? People don't see it in the work stuff.
And also in 1996, man, you actually released your debut album, King of the Players Ball, man, where you actually sold 60,000 copies with no radio play whatsoever, man. I was wondering, what's the story behind that iconic record? And of course, how did you sell so many records without actually taking it to the radio?
It just being me, man. It's just the hard music. It's the music, like it's the Memphis music period. And I was like one of the hardest one. We the four founders of the underground rap tape. So just like how Gangsta Pat now was hot, and I grew up off Gangsta Pat, and I liked the music so much. I even called Pat on the phone, but like, man, I'm on the phone with Gangsta Pat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I got his number. I got his number sometime when I was young. I was sitting in my boss theater. That was my first, but I think it was like my third car or some shit. I'm sitting in that jump, man, happy to have a boss theater and shit. Young as hell, and I can be on the phone with Gangsta Pat. Man, I'm straight gangsta after this. So, basically, the music itself was so dope and so underground, so gutter that the same effect I had on it, and it's ready to spend $30 and $40 for a tape, is the same effect everybody else got on it. And now the world got the same effect. You see what I'm saying? It's like domino effect.
And I gotta say as well, man, like that album to me is always gonna be solidified within hip hop, man. The song "Midnight Hose" is actually one of my favorite joints off that record.
Thank you. Shout out to Player G, man. Player G, he brought some different flavor when he came over Powerhouse today and played the piano. You know what I'm saying? He brought the flavor to that song, man. Player G, he the one made that beat. He the one sung on. I kind of gave him the idea what to rap about. I mean, what to sing about, because I'm a fan of Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, that Player G, he's super dope, man. That's one of my guys.
And also as well, man, in the early 2000s, you actually joined the group, The Bad Guys, man. I was wondering, what's the story behind that group? And of course, how did you actually get connected with the other members?
The Bad Guys, they like my family. Like, A-Zack, he's like a slept-on artist, but he's my cousin. But he's really dope. He's a real dope writer. Meg A-Zack. He, you know what I mean? And, who else is in the Bad Guys? Me, A-Zack, and, you know, the rest of the guys, we all now. We all family, man, you know what I'm saying? So, we've been, all of them, it's like, give me some, It's different people in Give Me Some. Like, you got Female Troopers, you got Carmike, you got Lil Jen, you got Z-Dog, Big Hill, AK, you know what I'm saying? The rest of them. But we all, like, I might go here with this group here, I might go with this group here, but we all still Give Me Some. You know what I'm saying? So the Bad Guys are the most Give Me Some members.
And also as well, man, December 3rd of 2003, the Bad Guys actually released the album titled The Fallout. I always wonder, man, like, what was the creative process behind that iconic record? And of course, why wasn't there ever a follow-up record, man? Because you guys had such phenomenal chemistry on your guys' debut album.
Man, I think I did a lot of traveling after that, you know what I'm saying? So we just wasn't just dropping. We did it and, you know, did it and quit it, I guess. But like the guy on the cover, Cuda, he ain't even a rapper. He just one of our homeboy. We just put on that joint. He like the main guy that's on Gangsta Tunes, my cartoon animation series. And the other guy was A-Zack. That's my cousin. So it's just something we was just trying out, putting something together. You know what I mean? It's that album there, but that album really was the album that was like just on some straight gutter ass shit, man. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of things I did on that album, I really kind of wish that I didn't do. You know what I mean? But you know, stuff happens, and you know what I mean. Whatever happened on that jump, or whatever I said on that jump, a lot of stuff I kind of regret. I said stuff about certain people on that jump because I kind of fuck with certain niggas still. But you know, when you're young, man, you just go on it.
Most definitely, man. Like the old saying goes, man. When you're young, sometimes young people do stupid stuff, man. But as you grow up, you kind of look back on it and be like, damn, man, I really shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, I ain't just gonna even say it was stupid. It's just at the moment that's how we feeling. So sometimes when you're young and you at the moment, it don't just be stupid. It just be like, dang, you like you don't think sometimes. You just go with it. Like if somebody get on your nerves or something, or do something you don't like, you just go with it. There's a lot of stuff I did like that in the past with different shit, but that's just how it was. You know what I'm saying? As I get older, you know what I mean, I just get more intelligent about where I handle myself, and I try to teach my kids that shit too, so they don't have to be jumping out there like the first person make you mad. Some people, it can be like a motherfucker might make you mad, and you automatically fall all the way out with that person. When it could be just like your brother, he'll make you mad too. You know what I'm saying? I done fell out with my brother, and goddamn, I'm trying to fall all the way out with him. And then next thing you know, a month later, 2 or 3 weeks later, we back around each other. Some people you can do that to, and some people you can't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that shit. Like I feel like I just jump off too hard sometimes. So I have to teach my kids not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you fall out with one of your homeboys and y'all grew up together and y'all real close, you know what I'm saying? Then he make you mad over some shit that you feel like this nigga should be away from around you forever. You know what I mean? And then you shoot off and do some shit to make a nigga do that. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it don't even be worth that shit. You know what I mean? And then that nigga, he'll do some dumbass shit to do the same thing to you. But all the time, as time passes, that shit be something to laugh about. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what it is. It depends on what it is. For me, I'm the type of nigga be like this. Man, if you didn't pull up and touch the motherfucker, there ain't really no beef. It's chicken. You know what I'm saying? Beef is when you touch. When you touch, mother gets touched. So a lot of shit is chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, and it's pretty substantial as well. You know what I mean? Like you said, you know, sometimes you just gotta really kind of observe a situation, man, and try and you know observe a situation and try and do the good right thing.
Yeah, because a lot of people hold grudges. Then you got niggas that hold grudges for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of nigga that I just don't hold grudges like that. I guess I'm raised not to hold grudges, but sometimes you have to hold grudges on niggas that hold grudges on you. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga hold grudges on you for 20-some years, shit, what's taking you so long to hold your grudges back? You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm the type of nigga, I try to fuck with certain motherfuckers, and them niggas motherfuckers start acting shady. I try to stay away from them a little bit, and then they continue to act shady, and continue to act shady, and hey, it don't take no rocket science to know that you're a shady ass nigga. Don't never fuck with that sucker ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of nigga I am. And I calm down a lot, because I'm the type of nigga, man, I go after my man. You know what I'm saying? I be there, and when he see me, goddamn, you gotta know his own. Let's get it on. But, you know, I had to calm down a lot.
And also, man, going into the mid 2000s, man, in 2005, I read after that. I read that after you saw Hustle and Flow, you actually went to Craig Brewer, which is the director of the film, and told him your idea of doing a movie about Memphis rap. I was always wondering, did that movie ever come to be? And if not, is there plans to actually do that in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, man, I'm planning on doing my own. I'm planning on doing a lot of independent short films, not too long, but just some short films, just to throw out there on my YouTube with little soundtrack to go with it. But I ain't no telling, you know, because I've been chopping it up with my cousin about stuff too. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get her to get involved with some of our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because she wrote the P Valley movie, and I just really found out we was cousins. trying to get her to work with me on some stuff. So I know we finna do a lot of independent movies ourselves, though. Yeah.
And also as well, man, May 26th of 2020, you actually released your most recent studio album titled Spiders. I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a bit more about this phenomenal album. And of course, do you actually have any hard copies available that our listeners can actually purchase today?
Yes, yes, we have some hard copies where you can get them from my website, Kingpin Skinnerpimp.biz. I want to give a shout out to Mac B, a dude named Matthew Doder. He was the first one to really help me bring out that project when I was going through some stuff out there in H-Town, putting it down. And he kind of helped me out on keeping stuff, making it happen with that album. So I was like, anybody who come out and help me out in certain ways, I make sure I help them out. And make sure I put them in a position where, you know what I'm saying, they can get paid for the rest of their life if they dealing with some music with me, you know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to him and shout out to DTB, you know what I'm saying, one of my producers that produced on some songs. Shout out to Crystal Galore, all the people who helped me out, Eric Brown. I had a it's a lot of people on that album. They get better percentage than I get on that album, and that's my album. You know what I'm saying? But that's what type of guy I am. I try to be fair with everybody, unless I feel like you're an unfair ass nigga, then I'll be very unfair to you.
And also as well, May 21st of 2021, you actually dropped your most recent single release titled Old Genesis. I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a bit more about this song, and of course, what can they actually expect from it if they haven't heard it for the first time, because I'm actually going to be playing it directly after our interview here on the radio station airwaves.
Real talk, man. The Old Genesis song, that was a sample. Somebody sampled, one of those guys sampled me on that song. So when they sampled me, the person who sampled me, he was a great person. He was a good person because he put me down as a performer, knowing that he sampled my music. You know what I'm saying? So a shout out to him, man. It's like a whole lot of other songs that's going to be on my Spotify that got many strings. It's just we still chopping it up with everybody on the beat and stuff. And I want to give a shout out to every artist that sampled my music, whether they put me as a performer or not. You know what I mean? But most of them guys does from Pharmacist, that's my favorite guy. Last Century, and Why Not Rappers. Them some of my favorite people. And I can't even say his name too good, but K.O. Summer, that Russian guy, the first one who sampled my music on Scary Gear. Him and DJ Paul. Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to everybody who sampled my music, sampled my people like Jen and stuff, because Lil Jen got some stuff. It's a lot of them, man. It's a lot of them. Weed, man. One dude named Weed, man. You got another dude named Ghostface Player, shout out to him. And we finally got over Freddie Dredd. Shout out to Freddie Dredd. Hopefully one day we all could do a project together, you know what I'm saying? Since everybody getting millions of streams, you know what I mean? Everybody up there, I'm at, 900,000 monthly listeners. And they quite over close enough or over like a million streams, you know, a million monthly listeners. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our music got over 40, 50 million streams. Shout out to the Suicide Boys, you know what I'm saying? Suicide Boys. And shout out to Brad Ice, and I gotta give him a shout out too. Cause that dude, that boy, we go at it, but at the end of the day, we make stuff happen. We did a lot of deals together. But we got a lot more to go, a lot further to go. Shout out to all my lawyers who I met with. Shout out to Benny Coolmore. Shout out to Brad Ice. Yeah.
But also, I gotta ask, man, what is next for yourself, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp? Because I do know that your career is so extensive within the music industry. But I have to ask, man, well, what is next for you? Is there any new projects, anything we happen to miss that you still want to talk about or promote when we still have you here live on the Canadian airwaves?
I got a lot of projects I'm working on. I got the Give Me Some Family 3 already ready. I got Dog Cape. I'm working with Dog Cape. I'm working with a lot of squad, bro. I got a real squad. Real talk, bro. My Give Me Some Family studio is way powerful than what it was back in the day. I got a lot of young artists from Memphis that come up there from Z Gotti to Full of Bad, Big Lon, my daughter, Give Me Some D, my son, H.M. Rich, baby. Got a lot of people that be up there, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to shout out everybody. I work with some of all the young artists. I'm trying to do my daughter a birthday party pretty soon and have them, to post up, have all the young artists to post up down there and turn up like AR Mermaid Gang. I love that group. And my boy Road Runner, Big Rogus, you know what I'm saying? CTB and I got a squad of folks out that I hang out with and do music with. You know what I'm saying?
And I gotta say, man, you know, you've always worked with such tremendous artists, man, and I gotta say, I'm just excited to see what you guys have cooking in the pot, man, because I know you guys got some gumbo cooking, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro. One of my guys, man, Player Tony, Peso P, all them guys there, mine, Dog Caper, Memphis King, Memphis Billy, K Poppin, Nutso. Man, I'm talking about, bro, I got a squad. I ain't even naming everybody like Big Hill and Jen and Carmack and all them. You gotta know they guys. Come on, man, I got a squad. And my daughter, she goes so hard. I'm really putting my all into my daughter right now because, you know what I'm saying, I'm really trying to get everybody to know that she do music too. My son, I'm putting a lot into him too. My son, he'll key factor of everything popping out too because he's young skinny. No, I'm trying to show my son, man, hey, man, you young skinny, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter who fuck with you, man, you still got it. You know what I mean? And nobody ain't got to fuck with my kids, man. They already got a legacy already there. You know what I'm saying?
But I gotta ask those guys. I gotta ask those skinny man because obviously, you know, obviously I know we know you're a pioneer, but the people that don't already know exactly who you are, man, how can they actually follow you on social media? That way they can stay updated on everything Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, if they're not already doing so.
Man, everything Skinny Pimp 999. You know what I'm saying? Kingpin, Skinny Pimp 999 or Skinny Pimp 999. So any kind of thing you look for, just look up for Skinny Pimp 999. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, majority of everything verified. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rolling Stone magazine. Shout out to my boy DJ Beehive. Hey man, DJ Beehive down in Atlanta. I owe him a new interview. For real.
And I just gotta say though, Skinny, before we part ways, man, I just gotta first and foremost say, man, thank you for making such amazing music that all of us enjoyed for so many years, man. Because I actually grew up listening to Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, man. And I gotta say, you most definitely made a positive impact on my life. So I know I can say this for millions of fans worldwide, man. Thank you for just making music that sparked the brain and helped a lot of individuals through their difficult times.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. And thanks to you at 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, man, for having me on there. I don't really do a lot of interviews. I be real picky about them junks, and you was one of them I picked out. And I want to give a shout out to Trill Hill too, man. Trill Hill tapes, man. He been doing his thing, putting out all our old tapes and remastering them junks. He ain't no bootlegger. That dude there, he pressed up a couple hundred tapes, and all his tapes gonna be like super duper baseball card type tapes in the future, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta say though, you know, those collector tapes, man, they're definitely getting big, and they're really hard to find nowadays, especially, man, because nobody will. It's almost like trying to take candy from a baby, man. You just can't get it out of people's hands.
That's why you gotta go holler at Trill Hill, and you gotta get him before he sell out. Cause he's selling now. Every time he drops them, he's selling them guns out. And I'm planning on taking into them NFTs, man. I'm trying to learn that crypto like DJ Byron one. What DJ Byron one, he was trying to put me up on it. I'm very trying to get used to it, man.
But I gotta say, Skinny, again, man, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening and actually providing us with a little bit of your time this evening, man. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again. But for now, I gotta say thank you so much and definitely have yourself a wonderful night all the way out there in Memphis.
All right, thank you, and you're welcome. Peace.
Have yourself a wonderful night, Skinny.
All right, you too.